Peace, everybody. Anjanae here, and thank you guys for tuning back into my channel. For those who do not know who I am, my name is Anjanae, and I am a yoga instructor here in Kansas City, Missouri, a health and wellness advocate, and an all-around just vibe-ass girl. And I wanted to take this time to talk to you guys. First of all, this is my first time in 2 weeks being on my camera. I actually still have kids home. We've been snowed in here in Kansas City. If you guys are a part of the Midwest, then you are definitely familiar. My cats are going crazy per usual. So it feels nice to be right here with you guys, back into what I consider to be my norm. And, let's just dive right in. So for today's video, I actually do not have a yoga flow for you guys. By the thumbnail and the picture, you guys should already be able to tell that today's video will completely revolve around intentional wellness goals and how to perfectly create them for your lifestyle and going into this new season, this new beginning, and this new year. I wanted to record this video today to kind of give you guys a little bit of inspiration and encouragement to create some wellness and lifestyle routine changes instead of just doing, the traditional subscribing to a 1 week challenge and then it's just gone from the forefront of your brain. So if you guys would like to stay tuned for my tips, grab what you need to make yourself comfy and we'll dive right in. So with it still being a new calendar year, a new month, just an all-around time frame, no matter where you go, no matter who you talk to or what you subscribe to, everyone everywhere right now is starting something new. And in the spirit of new, I wanted to come on here to talk to you guys about why I feel it's better to have some really deep-rooted and foundational intentional wellness goals when going into this new beginning that you're creating for yourself. As you can see plastered everywhere on your social media, everywhere you scroll, look and turn, New Year resolutions, New Year, new me, all of these new challenges are being dropped everywhere we look. And though those are great things, I'm not telling you to shy away from them. I personally feel that, challenges end and then everything that we learned gets swept up in the tide of our life. Whereas lifestyle changes, they typically are a little bit more foundational, a little bit more to cling, a little easier to cling to and to actually stay committed to and consistent with. And it's not even just about a spiritual journey. It's just wanting to make changes in your life. Not everything has to be deeply rooted in the spiritual. Just for those who do not subscribe to that, figured I'd be the one to say it, as though even though I am a very spiritual being, I don't like to push that on everyone. And I have found that over the year that I've stepped away a little bit from the New Year's resolutions and all of these lists of, demanding ways that I want myself to be better. And instead, I just make some simple lifestyle and routine changes that have drastically helped my life and made it easier for me to find my own semblance of peace and understanding in this world. And in knowing that, no matter what I subscribe to, I can always, rely on some of these wellness tips to help me stay grounded and centered with myself. Because one thing that I don't like about New Year's challenges are that they end, they're fleeting, they're swept by. Once the time frame has ended for that challenge, it's really hard to stay consistent because in your mind, I'm doing this for X amount of days, and once these X amount of days are over, the challenge is done. You get what I'm saying? But when you're making lifestyle and routine changes, it's a little bit more personal, it's a little bit more intentional, and you're way more connected to it because you haven't put a time frame or a time limit on it. So no shade to anybody who wants to do these challenges. I think they're beautiful, especially some of the yoga ones that are out here. They are chef's kiss. But I do also believe that having, some intentional wellness goals will get you a lot farther in the rest of these 300 odd days that we have in this calendar year. And I think that it'll generally make you a better person if you choose to, reshape your life in a way that intentionally holds you accountable and makes you feel connected to everything that you do. So I have a little list of things, so bear with me. One of them, having tools to help with your emotional accountability is super helpful. That is why I became a yoga instructor. You know, it was something that pulled towards me because yes, you are moving. You're also connected with the introspective parts of yoga and allowing, you know, your mind and your spirit to be perfectly connected. And through meditation, breath work, and yoga in its entirety, I found that it's super easy for me to have emotional accountability for myself when I have things to gravitate towards as far as tangible things, because energy and our emotions, they need to be moved around, right? It's easier for you to just sit and sulk. It's not as easy for you to get up and move some of those things around, and sometimes the not easy choice is what's better. So definitely with yoga, I would say is one intentional wellness goal that I think is really great to have, whether it's just taking a yoga class, reading about what yoga is, just allowing yourself to explore deeper in some realm of physical activity, so that way you have a way to ground yourself and to really come back in towards you. You know, again, yoga has a lot of beautiful and introspective parts to it. So once you find yourself in those moments where you get to receive that clarity, meet your highest self with your current self, infuse them perfectly together and balance everything out, I think you'll find that it's 100% worth it. Tip number 2, journaling. Journaling was a very, 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 very big part of my intentional wellness routines when I first started, you know, wanting to make changes in my life. I even created a journal for myself. It was a great way for me to just unashamedly, I don't even know if that's a word, but I was able to just really sit with myself and say exactly what I wanted to say. And I found that even in those conversations that I've had on those pages, I even started talking back at myself, you know, and you don't really notice that until you start reading back on it. You find that you've written like a whole entry in the third person. So, journaling is a great tool to incorporate into your everyday lifestyles, whether even if it's just, excuse my kid if you heard her scream, even if it's just once a month or, you know, once a week, you know, having some times where you write and reflect. Journaling is very cathartic. It's a great way to release my energy, release my emotions, and honestly hold myself accountable, because it's nice to know that I have an outlet to fully express myself. Another thing I would say are definitely self-help books. I know that a lot of people hate self-help books. Unfortunately, I am one who loves self-help books. First book being, we have The 4 Agreements by Don Toliver. Really great book to read if you're wanting to just have a better understanding of, you know, why people are the way that they are in this space, how to give them grace and act accordingly. 4 Agreements. Vibrate Higher Daily. If you're looking for something, by Layla Delia, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more on a daily span, something that'll catch you in the moment when you're having those emotional, just frazzled whatevers, this is a great book to read to just help ground you, give you a little bit more space for clarity, and, you know, keep you motivated in the now versus something that's a little bit more forward thinking. 4 Agreements for sure. In the now, Vibrate Higher Daily. There's a couple other great books out there. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. What was another one? All About Love by Bell Hooks. Just engulfing myself with new knowledge was a great thing to do as far as my intentional wellness goals, because it's not just about, you know, moving my body or committing to eating a certain way for 7 days or for 30 days or committing to going to the gym. You have to do things outside of that. Consider it like an 80-20 rule, you know, not just in the marriage realm, but in the fitness realm. They say it's 80% diet, 20% fitness. It's the same thing whenever you're wanting to make any kind of lifestyle change. I think it should always be 80% of, you know, the new intentions, the new routines, the new habits, and 20% of whatever it is that you're actually trying to change, whether that's going to the gym more or reading more. You know, you need to make it a well-rounded change instead of just one subject, one-sided. You know, when it comes to your intentional wellness goal, it's all about creating a solid foundation. You want to make sure that you're starting yourself off with success. I'm all for aiming high and pushing past what you feel, because sometimes it's better to stick to the plan and not your mood. I totally get that. But I also want you to set yourself up for success in creating intentional wellness goals that you can actually see yourself sticking to, things that are more realistic for your lifestyle. You know, everybody's challenges that you see everywhere is not always going to be perfectly suited to your lifestyle. So sometimes it's better to create a challenge for yourself, whether that's adding one extra day of movement, a day of eating cleaner, a little bit of different type of reading styles, you know, incorporating things in your everyday routines and lifestyle will get you so much farther than just committing to doing one thing different for 30 days. I just think, you know, we should be a little bit more intentional with the goals that we're trying to create, whether that's going into a new year, a new month, a new job, a new beginning in any way that it looks. I just want to encourage you guys, no matter how you're going about your New Year's resolutions, whatever that may mean for you, and how you're going about this new month, this new beginning, just make sure you're doing it intentionally and sticking and staying true to, you know, the best version of yourself that you're aspiring to be. So, as far as me and my platform, I hope to, you know, continue flowing with you guys and offering you guys a safe space, honestly, to listen to me yap and watch me move my body, and hopefully that inspires you to do the same. So I hope to see you guys here. Until next time, peace.